Hello students, today I am going to start your new chapter, that is chapter number 7, and name is health and hygiene. What do you mean by good health? Good health means a state of well-being. Good health. Good health means state of well-being, and it doesn't only means that we are free from disease, but our emotional and mental stability. That is known as good health. Now, WHO, World Health Organization, gave a definition of health, and it is defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. So according to WHO, what do you mean by good health? Good health means absence of disease and also a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Now, good health depends upon different factors. For example, it depends upon balanced diet. Your balanced diet, personal hygiene, and public hygiene. So, health depends upon the variety of food that is taken by you. It means a balanced diet you have to take. Next is personal hygiene. Personal hygiene, how you maintain your personal hygiene. Take shower, take daily shower, washing your clothes, take good food, and not to take contaminated water and food. And public hygiene is also same, that cover the sewage. Next one is the dispose of the garbage, and many other things which are comes in personal hygiene and public hygiene. Now there is next topic in this chapter, that is communicable and non-communicable disease. So we will discuss the difference between the both communicable and non-communicable. And non-communicable. So first of all, communicable means from infected person to healthy person. It can goes from infected person to healthy person. While non-communicable disease, they cannot spread from infected to healthy person. Now next, these are caused by different pathogens like bacteria, viruses, fungi, etc. There are different microorganisms which cause communicable disease, while non-communicable disease are only the deficiencies or malfunctioning of organs. Next point is how this communicable disease, they are spread from infected to healthy person. So there are different modes of transmission like air. It can be spread by air, by water, by food, by touching the various items, while it is not spread from these type of items. Now examples of communicable disease, examples are typhoid, cholera, common cold, flu, AIDS, diarrhea, tuberculosis, malaria, amoebic dysentery. So there are different type of disease caused by bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoans. And the non-communicable disease, for example, there are deficiencies beriberi, scurvy, rickets, goiter, diabetes. These all are non-communicable disease. Malfunctioning of organs like kidney, heart, liver, etc. So these are the differences between communicable disease and non-communicable. So communicable means which spread from infected to healthy person, and communicable, they can't spread from infected to healthy person. Now the next one are modes of transmission of communicable disease. Modes of transmission of communicable disease, and communicable disease are spread from infected to healthy person. Now we will discuss the modes of transmission. So there are different modes of transmission by which the disease are spread from one to another. The first one, that is direct contact. Direct contact means when infected person that touched the different items like towels, table, chair. So there is the presence of different type of germs. When healthy person that come in the contact of these things which are touched by the infected person, they can be also infected. Now second one, that is the air and droplets. So here you can see the droplet infection. It is the second mode of transmission, where when a person, infected person, that sneeze or cough, so there are different type of germs that comes out, and when we are come in contact with these germs or these droplets, then we are also infected. The third mode of transmission, that is by different type of insects. And insects, these are act as carriers. There are different type of insects like female anopheles mosquito, female Aedes mosquito, housefly. These all three are carriers of different disease, like female anopheles mosquito that causes malaria, female Aedes mosquito that causes dengue and chikungunya, and this housefly that causes a typhoid or cholera. So these are the insects that taken out their pathogens in their salivary glands. Then they infect the healthy person also. The next one is the food and water. When we take different contaminated food and water, then we can also infect it. So these are the four modes of transmission: direct contact, water and food, carriers, and droplet infection. So this is all about modes of transmission. And now the next is prevention and control of communicable disease. Prevention means how we can prevent these communicable disease. Prevention and control. So the first point, that is maintain your personal hygiene. Maintain personal hygiene. So which points they are common? Personal hygiene, like daily shower, okay, then drink clean water, always take washable foods, washable vegetables, then hand washing. So wash your hands before and after the food. Now next prevention, that is the clean of environment. When we keep the environment clean, then there is no disease that is in the environment. Now next is destroying the carriers of the disease. Like these are the carriers of the disease. So kill these disease by using different type of toxic substances. The next one is a vaccination. So what is vaccination? Vaccination is that we can take in the prevention of any disease, like we take vaccine of polio, typhoid and other disease. Now next is the some communicable disease. Here we discussed what prevention and control of disease, and the next topic is some communicable disease. Now we will discuss the different type of disease. Here 4 type of pathogens are. First one, that is bacteria, viruses, protozoans and worms. So these are the pathogens. These causes the different disease. So in viruses, which disease are there? Like common flu, common cold, flu, dengue, chikungunya, etc. And in bacteria, there are disease cholera, tuberculosis, diarrhea and typhoid. And in protozoans, there is disease known as malaria. And here roundworm that causes gastrointestinal problems in our body. Now one by one we will discuss the modes of transmission of this different disease and the symptoms. Now first one, that is viruses. So in viruses, the first disease is common cold. What is the mode of transmission of common cold? Through droplets or touching the infected things. And what are the symptoms of this common cold? So it is a normal disease which can caused by viruses. And what are the symptoms? Fever, nasal congestion, sore throat, watery eyes and cough. Now second one, that is the dengue. So dengue, that is caused by a bite of female Aedes mosquito. Here is female Aedes mosquito. The dengue that is caused by this female Aedes. And droplet and what are the symptoms are there? High fever, headache, muscle and joint pain. And there is fall in blood platelet count. The next one, that is the flu. So flu, that is also caused by droplet infection through cough, sneeze or spit of infected person. Now what are the symptoms of this flu? Cough, cold, discomfort, fever, running nose and sneezing. Now next one in viruses is chikungunya. So chikungunya, that is also caused by a bite of female Aedes mosquito. Female Aedes mosquito, that is a carrier of dengue and chikungunya both. Now what are the symptoms of in this disease? High fever, headache, rashes on the body and muscles and joints pain. Now next one, that is the bacteria. Now bacteria, here the disease are cholera, tuberculosis, diarrhea and typhoid. So first one, that is cholera. Cholera, that is caused due to the contaminated water and food. When we eat different type of food articles or water that is contaminated, then the disease is come in our body. What are the symptoms of this disease? Watery stool or diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, fever, and it also can lead to dehydration. Next one, that is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis, it is also due to the droplet infection through the infected person. And what are the symptoms of this tuberculosis? prolonged low fever, persistent cough, chest pain, blood in sputum due to infection in lungs. Then the third disease is diarrhea. Diarrhea that is also due to contamination of food and water. And what are the symptoms? Frequent loose stools, nausea and vomiting. And it also leads to dehydration. And next one, that is the typhoid. Typhoid that is also caused due to contaminated food and water. And it also spread by houseflies carrying bacteria. So this housefly, this caused typhoid. And what are the symptoms of typhoid? Typical fever that rises in the afternoon, fever for 2 to 3 weeks, and nausea and stomach ache. So these are the viruses and bacterial disease. Now next one disease is malaria, which comes in the category of protozoans. So the mode of spread, that it is spread by the bite of Anopheles mosquito. Anopheles mosquito. So this mosquito, they have malaria protozoan in its salivary glands. When it bites the healthy person, then it injects that protozoan, that is known as plasmodium, that is in the healthy person. Then when it again, for example, here is infected person and here is healthy person. First of all, it bites the infected person. Then from here, that protozoan come into that mosquito. Then this mosquito that bites the healthy person, then it infected the healthy person also. So this is the malaria life cycle. Now next is the symptoms of this malaria. The person gets sudden high fever with chills and sweating. Then fever that subsides and it comes after a gap of 24 to 48 hours, and person become weak and anemic. Now the last one, that is disease caused by worms. So in human intestine, different type of worms, mainly roundworm that is living, and it is responsible for gastrointestinal disease of humans. There are thousands of roundworms at a time present in an human body. And what is the mode of infection of these worms? These are common parasite in humans. They live in the body of humans. For example, in my body, maybe there are roundworms. In your body, there may be a roundworms. And how they can spread? For example, we passes this roundworm in the environment through feces. When feces, they are present in the soil, maybe there is growth of some vegetable or this soil that come in contact with the water. Then if we take this food or water, we can take these roundworms in our body. So it is due to the taking of contaminated food and water in the body. Now what are the symptoms of this roundworm? So this is common: pain in stomach and abdomen, may cause fever, nausea and cough, and irritate the intestine lining. So, and these are the roundworm which live in our body, that is human's body. Now next topic, that is good personal hygiene practices. Hygiene practices. All the things, good personal hygiene practices are: first one, take what? Washable vegetables. Same things I already told you. Take washable vegetables, take clean water, that is for drinking, take clean water. And cooked the food properly, wash the things properly, always clean your table. When you take dinner or lunch or breakfast, take clean utensils in your kitchen. And second one, that is kill the carriers like house flies and different types of mosquito and different type of insects. Do not share items like towels or comb. Maintain a clear hygienic environment. Also use mosquito nets and garbage bin covered. Always garbage bin covered. And the first personal hygiene is wash your hands properly. Now health community practices, they are also same. Sewage treatment is there. There should be provision for safe and drinking water. Public drains should be covered. Garbage should be disposed properly. There should be a system of separation of biodegradable things and non-biodegradable things. There should be provision for good health care and health services. People should be educated about the ill effects of different disease. So this is all about your chapter health and hygiene, and in this chapter what we discussed about health, difference between communicable non-communicable disease, modes of transmission, different type of disease caused by bacteria, viruses, protozoans and worms, and prevention and control of communicable disease, different type of personal and community hygiene practices. And what is your homework? Solve the back exercise, learn it and write in your notebook. If there is some query, you can ask in your comment box. Thank you.